Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to 5 Minutes with Gray Haired Dave. My name's Dave. I've got gray hair, wear glasses, got a beard. The guy in the artwork looks a little better than I do. Anyways, welcome to episode number. Let's see, today would be 37. 37 here is coming to you a day late. I think I told you on the last episode that I have upper respiratory infection and strep throat. Yesterday it kind of took its toll on Dave. Gray haired Dave was down for the count yesterday. Didn't really have much energy and slept quite a bit. Feel better today, but still not quite there, as you can tell. So, yesterday I had thought about talking about or continuing the conversation about friends and what changes your life. And I know that I had mentioned that women were my heroes. There were some women who were my heroes. Um, but as I've got older, the people who were changing my life changed. Remember how I said when you're growing up, your friends kind of change your views and are your heroes and that kind of a thing. Well, as you mature and get into your 20s, 30s, etc., it's the people that you're around still, but it's a more mature way of doing things. Like um, your wives, your husbands. Um, and I am positive because I've seen it happen. Uh, Children. Now, I don't have any. We've talked about that. Number one, and I tried. Number two, and I couldn't. And two and a half, and I didn't. So, but I gotta feel, and I am sure you parents out there would agree with me that your kids change who you are too, and it change your not only your belief system but your importance system. And importance isn't the word the word isn't coming to me on what I'm really thinking about, but your values, your value systems. Maybe that's what it is. I've seen it in my brothers. Not that they were carefree, lackadaisical kind of guys. They were both intent and intelligent and focused. But when you have children, or when they had their children, I did notice a change in them. They became more family centric, more immediate family, meaning the wife, the kids, because that's their whole life. Then you get up, you go to work to make money to provide for your family, and when you're home, you spend time with your family and your original larger family. Your brothers and sisters and moms and dads are still important to you, and so is your friends. But those friendships and relationships go to a back burner, as it were. And I don't want to mean a back burner like, oh, we never see them, but because you do. But they're there less because the ones right in front of you, the babies, the kids growing up, the wife, the husband, the partner, whatever it is today, they become the focus, the focal point, as it were, of your life. And that's a great, great thing. My one brother, he had many kids. My oldest brother, he had one of his own and adopted one. Great, great kids. All of them are great kids, great nieces and nephews. But, all of a sudden, the important things become soccer or basketball. Or in the case of my oldest brother's child, he was video games and computers and things like that, which is really great. Outside, and there's a difference. Some of them are really close in age between my two brothers, but the differences in personalities of those nieces and nephews is 180 degrees. It really is. But yet they're there if they need each other, which is really kind of cool. Um, Brothers and sisters are really great, but as you get older, things do change. So those are the things that changed and mold your life as you grow older. And then as you get to a certain age, when the children grow up, of course, we all know this story. Then they get married and they have kids, which are now grandkids. And I see it. I do. I see it all over the place. I see it where I work. I see it in my brothers. I see it in my best friend, um, and all my friends when they have grandkids. Man, I tell you what, it's a different kind of a thing. They're all about the grandkids now. I think it's cool as can be. I really do. I wished I had that. That was fun. When I was with two and a half, she, she had a grandchild, and he and I got close for a couple of years before he moved in with his grandparents to be raised. And I tell you what, turned out to be a great kid. He's got a great life now. But it was fun having he was very, very important to me. I looked forward to seeing him. Look forward to hanging out and playing with him. Look forward to taking him places. And just being around him. He was exciting and it was new and it was something I'd never had to deal with. And for somebody who never had kids, just nieces and nephews, that's kind of daunting. I don't know how to change the diapers. I don't know how to do all these things that parents do because I didn't have that kind of training because I didn't have kids, wasn't lucky enough. So, but he helped mold me too. He changed my life. And I guess what I'm getting at with this line of discussion that I'm giving you here lately is we are constantly changing. And if you are not changing, you're going backwards or you're standing still. And there's no fun in that. Why do it if there's no fun in it, right? So that's my chit chat today about life changing events. And I may continue on with that later, but that's it for today. Now let me go on to because I can, I must. When I went to the doctor's office the other day, I had to get a strep throat test and an x ray for my illness here. This younger person came in and was being a little belligerent about wearing a mask in the doctor's office. Now, I put one on before I went in and they asked me to change masks because I knew I was sick and he knew he was sick, but he wasn't going to wear a mask. I'm entitled now. I don't have, you can't tell me. I don't have to do what you say. And the person that checks people in was very polite, very understanding, and kept them at the main door until somebody could help her. And finally, somebody did. But why are we? Why are some people? And it's not just young people, folks. I'm not picking on you. If you're not a baby boomer and you're a Gen Z, Y, X, P, elemental, RQ, I don't care. There are rules there for the safety of everybody. And all you're doing when you do this is making an ass out of yourself. Now, I swore I would not use a bunch of profanity in this podcast, and I haven't so far. Bullpucky is as far as I've gone. But this guy just made an ass of himself. And the other person finally came over, calmed him down, and finally, I could hear him say, because I was close enough, if you don't want to put a mask on, you don't need service from us today. You obviously know what you're doing, so you can go ahead and leave then. Well, I have to see a doctor. I have to get a doctor's note or I can't go back to work. Well, to go do that, all you have to do is put on a mask because you don't want to get anybody else sick. And they finally put it to him in a way that said, you see that guy over there? We don't know what he's got yet. And they were pointing at me. He said he's sick, and he had a mask on when he walked in the door. And because he's sick, he doesn't want to get anybody else sick. So do you want to catch whatever it is he's got that he doesn't know what it is yet? It could be something serious. Could be nothing. Well, that scared the crap out of the kid, and he finally put a mask on and sat down and was quiet. Luckily, he didn't sit next to me. So, folks, don't give people a hard time who are just there doing their job, following the rules that have been put in place for that business or that service's safety and the safety and health of their employees. Don't be jerks. It's just bullpucky. Don't go do it. Be a human, Don't be a jerk, be a human. Anyways, folks, that's it for today. I'm sorry it's coming out a day late. 80, I'm sorry, 80, yeah, okay. 38 will be out a little later, but I'm going to edit this one right now, get it out. And then we'll do another one here shortly, okay? So folks, have a great day. Thanks for listening. Don't forget my website, 5 Minutes with Gray Hair Dave. That's the number 5 Minutes with GrayHairDave.com. Go to the bottom right-hand corner on any one of the pages, tap that microphone, and tell me who changed your life. Tell me how many kids you got. Tell me how many grandkids you got. Tell me how your grandkids are great. Talk to you soon, folks. Bye-bye.